difficult second album. There is even an established shorthand term for it in DSAS, and it's been applied to artists from Radiohead to The Strokes. Charlie Namica from Namica Watches would likely have faced a bit of this as well. Like, how do you follow up something as individual, fun, and universally loved in the microbrand world like the Shirahama? I reviewed this myself in 2023, and I was as smitten as all its owners. When I saw the new Okami, I loved it immediately. And for some reason, unlike what I suspect is many other videos coming out around this time, it's the blue one this time around, in no small part thanks to its full name of Turbo Blue, and even the black one that really grabbed me. And after some chatting with Charlie, they were on their way for a loan. This video was filmed in December 2023, so quite ahead of the launch, and these are prototypes. Some changes I believe we can see immediately upon launch is better loom, so that's one to keep in mind for that section of this video. There are not many of these TV style designs. The only one I've played around with previously was the one from Stratton, and that was a great fun watch that also hailed from a different era. In fact, the 80s vibes are strong here as well, and that's right in my wheelhouse having grown up in the 80s. I will say this though, in my teenage years, the widescreen TV designs came out, and they were the thing to own. The future had arrived, where movies didn't have to be constrained to 4:3, but were now 16:9. And what we have here, my friends, is the widescreen TV design that Shotaro Kaneda surely wore whilst riding the coolest motorbike of all time in the graphic novel and movie Akira. I'm not even going to tease you with should you get one. No, you absolutely should. And let me detail all the reasons why in today's video. The word Okami means wolf in Japanese, and what we're covering today is the Okami retro-futuristic urban sports watch in titanium. This means that you can simply use the kanji sign for wolf when referring to this watch, but Okami is what we'll call it here for clarity's sake. The dimensions of a square watch never tells the full story, but that should be clear from the wrist shots today. The bezel width is 38mm, and the overall width, including the crown, is 43.6mm or 42mm from guard to guard. Lug to lug is just under 47mm, and lug width is 22mm. It's 10.9mm thick, and in part thanks to the titanium case material, weight is 88 gram. Bonus water resistance at 100 meters. The Turbo Blue dial is really cool. It's a matte blue that almost reminds me a bit of a crayon, or perhaps even the pastel color palette of the 80s. The gentle slopes of the sides, the excellent legibility, and needle-sharp seconds hand bring this design together. It's no different on the black, where the white tip stands out like a beacon. And whilst legibility is obviously not great on the black, it's a big surprise to me how much I like this black one. Going back to the blue, one improvement the final version will have, and I'd say wisely, is a thinner stroke of the marker above the 12, and a brighter color too, which will tie in nicely with the seconds hand once again. Other than that, it'll stay the way it is with the Namica logo at just under 12 and the word automatic above the 6. Super subtle seconds hand markers are also lined around the dial, and that's it for the dial. It's simple and restrained. The case is quite something. It was clearly a bit of titanium thrown up in the air, and with a few swift strokes of a master samurai, Charlie caught the final case shape before it hit the ground. I love its many angles and visual surprises here and there, and you'll never tire of this on your wrist. The matte finished titanium is a good look for the blue, and it's also coated with something called 8A Shield to keep it from scratching too much. But even the DLC coated black version catches light in a far more menacing way, which is as it should be. The crown is push-pull on this version, but the final production version will be screw-in. It's not signed, but whilst that normally means a boring or unimaginative design, not so here. This looks like a machine part from a Gundam robot, and it's well protected within the crown guards that flow well from this case design. Flipping the watch over reveals more fun surprises. From what I can work out, we see a brushstroke kanji sign for Okami, the wolf, and behind that is a view into the Miyota 9039 movement that offers -10 to +30 seconds accuracy per day. This is the non-date version, so there's no annoying ghost position when you pull out the crown. The rotor is customized with the Namica logo and a golden edge that makes it look like a spare part throw-in star, but that would be illegal, so I'm sure it's not. Much like the first Shirahama design, the entire back of the watch has a lovely engraving, which is Namica's signature seal. This design is something you'll see in a lot of old Japanese woodblock art prints, so very appropriate here once again. The custom rubber strap is ventilated with perforated tiny holes on both sides for the first 35mm or so, and with a sign buckle and also a logo under the strap. Whilst the 22mm strap is no joke, and particularly a rubber one at that, it does taper from 22 down to 20. And the design is perfect for the watch. Rubber straps can get pretty hot in summer, and Lord knows that Japan and Australia has plenty of those. So whilst ridges and ventilation will help, I wouldn't mind seeing some more custom options for straps, which may of course already be the case when this video goes live. Charlie and I discussed the loom back and forth, and I think we'll get an extra layer on production. It's already pretty good, but slightly better and more even, and it would be perfect. I really liked Namica's first watch, but no doubt that was derivative of Seiko designs, and whilst there's nothing wrong with that, they did look like highly adapted and improved version of some of Seiko's better designs. The Okami looks like its own beast. No matter what version you choose, they will look like nothing else on your wrist, and you'll enjoy glancing down at the wolf. The difficult second album turned out to be something of a Nirvana nevermind, i.e. the even better second album. Perhaps you might even fantasize of busting out the weaponized rotor and taking out a particularly annoying fly or projector in a boring business meeting. Or maybe you'll dream yourself away to a Neo-Tokyo metropolis where robots serve you the perfect ramen and neon signs line the streets all the way down to the Taoist temple down the perfectly manicured Japanese park. If not, know that this is exactly what I'll be doing when I order my own Okami in 2024. Thank you for your time and attention today, and I look forward to bringing more fun watches to you throughout 2024.